Hello, folks, and welcome to another episode of Resonant Rise, Expeditionary Force. I'm your host, Kieran Dave, and I have been busy. We've had a live stream, and in that live stream, I helped our fellow player Lucy, who's not here right now, with building an elven portal. Now, as payment for my help, and actually a huge quantity of mana, Lucy has given me some elven pieces and unlocked elven knowledge in my book. We'll still be building our own portal, don't worry, but I did want to show you this mana rig I got going. Now, I tried to do something else on the live stream, and it didn't work because of differences in how single-player versus multiplayer works with Redstone, and that's fine. So what I did was I set up a weighted pressure plate right here, and as you can see, these are endo flames. And all of these endo flames, they all burn fuel. So if I were to toss down a piece of fuel, like, for example, Aeternalis fuel from ProjectE, then I end up with one of these producing mana for a long time. In the meantime, I've also moved over all my old generation flowers to these elven mana around here, these mana spreaders, so they will occasionally shoot off, pew pew pew, up to here. But this weighted pressure plate, if anything falls on it, then it sends a redstone signal. Now down there is another block, basically some of this really cool resonating red crystal. And this resonating red crystal transmits redstone signals across distances, up to, I think it's like 32 blocks, even through other blocks, even through other tile entities. All I have to do is be aligned. It is a redstone dream. It's super cool. And so there's just this little thing down there that basically reads off the bottom of this block, flips it upside down, and then transmits it up here. If this gets hit, then it stops this hopper. This hopper connects to an open crate, which just drops down fuel. So let me show you an example. I can't drop in too much fuel. Maybe we could just drop in something really small, like how about a piece of birchwood? A couple pieces of birchwood just to get the idea. So let's just go like this. And, well, actually, let's do it from this side so you can see. I got a couch. Oh, no. That's not what I want to do. And I don't even have an axe on me. Please forgive me. Okay, so you can see that drops on. And you'll notice that this now stops the hopper from doing anything. Now, in a second, the endo flames are, as you can see, are now going to pick things up, and they're going to start shooting. So as long as there's fuel on that pad, no more items will come out of the hopper. But if there is fuel on, if there isn't fuel on the pad, then the hopper feels comfortable slowly metering out objects into the open crate, which drops it immediately. And now you can see we've once again got some pew pew lasers, these beautiful elven mana spreaders. Let me show you what else I've been working on, because this is pretty cool. So you can see this is a mana distributor, and this is a lens, a mana spreader with just a potency lens. Let's see if we can pull out our wand of the forest, and you can see some other stuff I've been working on too in there. Let's just point at this. Yeah, potency. So that's to try to keep up with these mana bursts, because it actually it can fall behind. Now, one of these heads up here, and to this one spreader with a mana lens of Phantom. Right now, if we come over here, the Phantom lens actually goes up here to a mana pool, which itself is full. So I've got like you'll see 6 mana pools that are absolutely full. It's a ton of mana, because I've been burning Aeternalis fuel by mining diamonds and turning them into Aeternalis fuel. This points to a brewery, and this points to the runic altar, and so these power these machines, which are up here now. And the Phantom lens, you can see, if you look carefully, you can see that Phantom lens, pew, goes in there. And these other lenses don't really do much, they're just kind of there for the fun of it. The magnetic one was an experiment, but I'll have to tweak a little bit more, or get more elven mana spreaders. So that's that one up there. Now this one goes over here and bounces off this spreader, and actually bounces off that spreader over there. Down here past my netherwort collection. Oh, and I went to the end last episode, so I've been growing a lot of ender lilies. I have a room full of flowers. The way I did that is this Jaded Amaranthus, which is absolutely full. As you can see, there's actually a full mana pool down here, which we'll use for other automation tasks. Now, if I'm feeling frisky, let me pull out this Horn of the Wild, this Botania item, and I just go doo-doo-doo-doo, and I pick up all the flowers. Now, immediately, the Jaded Amaranthus is going to start replacing all of them. Now, I actually don't have enough room in my inventory for all this, so I'm just going to have to kind of, like, toss these in. But you can see, the Jaded Amaranthus turns mana, very small amounts of mana, into every type of flower you could need. So, I don't know why I didn't set this up earlier. I don't know Botania that well, but it is a thing. So now you can say, pew! More power is going to come in here and get relayed. This system doesn't use a ton of power very quickly, a ton of mana, I should say. So, it's really okay to have this sort of slow system gradually metering in things. And if you look, we're pretty much much right on range. We don't actually lose any mana from this process, so we lose a little bit, but it's so little it's kind of fine. But yeah, so that's fantastic, and now I've got a ton of things. And I'm going to automate that a little bit later today. Like we'll do that as part of this session. Because really what we want to do is just keep grabbing lots of flowers so that we always have enough for what we need. You'll also notice that the bottom of this one is unique. If we just dig out right here, you'll notice that's an alchemy catalyst, so we can do some pretty cool things. Like, let's see, let's just go over here. There's some. Let's grab a piece of this cobblestone right here, right? Now, there's all kinds of alchemy recipes you can do, and actually with Elven Knowledge, we can even make a conjuration set thing, which does even more. Let's just duplicate items. Boom! That's an example. That turned it into sand. Now, you might say, why would you want that? Well, it's a lot faster than grinding it, and now we can make glass. So, fantastic. Now, the other thing I've been working on down here, if you take a look, is, hey, yo, check this out. So this is all moved, right? The chest is gone. I've actually bricked up this entire area, which, I don't know, like I just wanted to clean it. Oh, I should mention before we go over to that, I made a portal with the mining dimension world. This is an optional mod pack in some of the more recent mods, or optional mod to use. And if you just shift right click through the portal, or I guess shift and walk through the portal, I should say, I end up in my mining dimension. Now, there's lots of other people in this mining dimension, but we're all really spread out. That's just the nature of the world. So you can see that we run around here, and the monsters will spawn here. It's a pretty dangerous place, but this has more normal origin. The overworld has very, very sparse origin and doesn't have any aluminum due to a bug. So yeah, we got this set up. So I'm gonna bring my quarry here a little bit later on, and we'll set that up, But here, let's just grab some fuel. Yeah. Grab a little bit of this fuel. Fantastic. How much did I get? 25? Easy. And let's go back through. We can go ahead and toss this into a generator or, whatever. Let's just go ahead and toss this into a generator to help offset because we're constantly burning power now. Let's go like this and like this. And just leave those in there. So this is the other thing I'm working on. We have 3 4K drives and enough stuff to actually make another 4K ME drive. So let's go ahead and do that right now. We should have this. What we need actually is a 1K ME drive. We should have enough for it. Are we missing? See, we're going to be a little bit tight on space, but I think if I go like this, and then you can see I've been working on them pretty diligently, and then like this, yeah, we have another 1K ME drive. So the 4K there is to kind of hold on to all the thick stuff, and then just to get a nice rounded out number of types, I've made 3 4Ks. And that was a lot of stuff. I've been cooking up a lot of crystals with this duplication build. And as you can see, all the stuff that we had before is now in there. In fact, I've got an import bus in my inventory. So what we're going to do next is go ahead and import, and you can see that there are 2 channels. We have 8 channels in total. So we've got 2 channels being taken up, and they're down here. So this is a single piece of smart cable to help me just keep track of the channels that I've used so far, because I only get 8 until I build a controller, and I'm not quite ready to do that. So what I'm going to do next is go ahead and start putting down the import bus back here, and just start importing everything wholesale. And there's a whole bunch more to talk about, actually, but let me go ahead and, by the way, it's after Christmas. I'm going to take these down in New Year. I feel like that's exactly the right amount of time. If you think that that's not long enough or that's too long, you're both wrong. Both of you who think that. It is exactly the right amount of time to take this down on New Year's Eve. It's also a good way to, end the year. So let me go ahead and transfer all this stuff away, because it's not going to be super exciting. What I was going to be doing is placing down this import bus. Right, let's see if I can hit the target right there. Yep, and then it goes, and as you can see, it will slowly start to import things. Let's right-click this. I don't think there's really anything it wants. It is just going to start as soon as it can. As you can see, that's not very fast. It's slowly going to import, so it'll take me a little while to get this done. Maybe I can make a Maybe I can make an import bus that's faster, though, because I really would love to just get this task done. I've been doing a lot of work, so honestly, it's kind of a pain. So that would be a fluid import bus. Yeah, so probably I have to make an upgrade for it. Capacity, fuzzy, redstone, or acceleration. Probably what I need to do is make an acceleration card. And that's a Fluix crystal and an advanced card. That's expensive, but I can do it. Stand by. I'm going to go ahead and see if I can get these things all transferred and maybe make a couple upgrade cards to actually handle this. But then we'll also just replace all of this, and we'll also make something up here, and we'll talk about my my magic research. Hey, Steampunk. My magic research has been going really well. I guess the last thing I can mention before I go down there, check out this. I've been, I actually copied a trick from Sace when I visited his base. I was very impressed by the simplicity of autonomous activators and essence berry bushes, and as you can see, I've actually filled up this barrel twice over the course of the week, and most of it I have built with my Ender IO stuff an experience obelisk. And as you can see, I have 108 levels. That's a lot of levels. That's so many levels. It's ridiculous. So we have to start enchanting stuff because I just haven't been, and I really should be. It's more than ridiculous at this stage. But yeah, let me go ahead and get stuff started, and we'll see what we can do. Woo! Aluminum dust. And that will get cooked up. Yeah, be right back. All right, folks, check it out. So we've got an alchemical chest here to receive things out of our processing line, and a couple of nice facades here to make it look good, and a crafting terminal right here so I can craft things. For example, if I wanted to make a pressure plate, I could. I just have to, let's say, or brick stairs, right? I could easily make this, just shift right-click, boom, it's in, and it's using the bricks from my system. Absolutely perfect. But there's a little bit further we want to go, because there is one piece of research I've unlocked that I've been dying to try, and that is the Arcane crafting terminal. Now, if I go ahead and I make an Arcane work table, and a calculation processor, and combine that with the ME terminal, so I can't use a crafting terminal, I have to make a fresh ME terminal, then I'll actually be able to do my arcane work that I normally have to reserve at my table up here. Let me just grab my wand. I can actually do that downstairs and just have my research up here if I want it. Maybe a little bit of this and a little bit of that. But we can actually move towards that. Now, if you go back down here, you'll see that we've actually got a few more channels used. We have 4 out of our possible controller list 8. And otherwise, I've just moved a little bit of stuff. You know, it's not a huge deal. It's just, you know, move things around and made another 2 cells. Because it turns out these are actually pretty cheap to make when you can double Certus quartz. So, yeah, it's fantastic, actually. Let's go ahead and we need to make an illuminated panel. Well, that was exciting. Had a little bit of an issue with the server, but Lucy, you'll see Lucy in the background working on stuff. Yeah, basically squid spawns. It's a thing. Anyways, let's go ahead and make this table. So the first thing we have to do is just go like this, plonk that down, donk it with our wand to make a crafting table. Whoop. And now we can break something with the wrong type of tool and wait for the block lag as they try to solve the server issues. Put this in, and now we can make the Arcane crafting terminal. Like so. There we go. All right. This is great. So, the Arcane crafting terminal is a lot like the regular crafting terminal, except that when we hook it up, let's see, there's a wire right there. Boop. Now, this one has almost exactly the same features, but can also have basically Essentia put in there, and can take a wand. So let's just say we wanted to use this Avarice Pearl, which we do, to make a Thirsty Tank. If we go like this, take the recipe on this, right, we can actually see that we can go do this. Now, unfortunately, there isn't NEI support for this, so it's a little bit suboptimal in that sense, but I will more than made up by the fact that we can do it. We can do these other things. So, if we take a look at the Thirsty Tank, yeah, we need glass. We need a water shard. Here, and here. The Avarice Pearl. Now, you might be wondering, what is a Thirsty Tank, and why do you want it? Well, let me tell you. So that we can see, it wants these things, right? And we can just go boop, and pull it out. And that snag from our wand, just like you would expect. Oh, this is so cool. Now, we can actually toss in, cells over there, and cells over here too. It's pretty cool. So we can have extra stuff going on, and we can even pattern them, and all sorts of stuff. But, this Thirsty Tank is going to help us maintain power for a while. And now, at first, I'm just going to take it over here. And you remember back where the oil site was, right? Well, I hope so, because if you did, that means you're actually watching my episodes, which is great. You should watch my episodes. This Thirsty Tank is a cool thing from Automagi that, when used, it basically functions a lot like the electric pump from Mechanism, in that it can suck up any adjacent fluid blocks that it finds. Free of charge. It just does this off of the local V, so we can go blip, 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 and you can see there it has sucked away all of them, and then you can break it, and it will maintain its contents. So now we have 4 buckets of oil left here. Whoa. it would appear that we've got some more oil down here. And what's cool is it can chase. Ooh, I'm slowed now. It can chase through fluid blocks, right? So it's not. Oh, let's see. There's actually quite a bit of it there, huh? It's not very picky about its traversal. It'll go down. It'll go up. So watch. We can just watch as this sucker just proceeds to slurp all of that away. And I think now it may actually have to stop because I don't think there's anything more around here. But we can basically use this to pull out a ton of oil. Now we can just look around, find where the oil is, and even if it's falling like this, or even if it's on fire, like down here, like let's go down here and get some of this fiery oil. I can just safely break that. We can use this thirsty tank to suck it out. Now, I'll be using this. I use this in the live stream to pull lava out for somebody else, and I think that's a pretty good call. So watch, here we go. Instant fire removal. We just pull away all this oil, and boom, we're going to get another 16 blocks of oil. No pumping, no finickiness, just a straightforward... Ooh, these Ouroborous. Ouroborous delicious. Minerals we crave. Yeah, so I think it's pretty fantastic, actually. Oh, by the way, I've been grabbing all the gems I see, even though they don't have a ton of use. Now, you might say, why? Turns out that all these gems are absolutely fantastic for... can you break this, please? Absolutely fantastic for people who are interested in building up EMC. They're pretty much useless, but quite helpful in building up EMC. So, yeah, that's what we've been doing. How are we doing with this thirsty tank? Looks to me like we pulled up a full set. And we got it. So yeah, now I can just go ahead and use this. Oof. Fortunately, I'm pretty much immune to fire, as long as I don't stand in it. You can probably hear this pocket of oil is really complicated. But yeah, a handful of those. We'll set up a more permanent rig, but eventually we're just going to have to pull out all of that oil, I think, and burn it. Now, people have told me that I shouldn't be using oil as a power source, that there are other power sources. Right now, I'm more concerned with efficiency, which is to say the most energy-dense thing that you can put in the system is some fuel, some oil. So that's what we want. But eventually we'll probably switch away from that. So let's go ahead and go like this. Break that. And hopefully they'll get a handle on this lag soon, because it's something I tried to troubleshoot. And it's working okay. So we go like this, and we set up a pull on that, and there. Now we'll pull out of that thirsty tank. Ta-da! Thaumcraft, fueling our base. Fueling our base habit. So I think that maybe the next thing I'll probably do, since this crafting terminal has most of the features of the other terminal, and for example, can be used for all sorts of things. Like let's say we wanted to build a capacitor. We can still go ahead and do that, and it will work, right? I keep hitting R. It's just a bad habit because I'm always in creative. This will all work. So actually, this is sort of fine for us. We can probably move this one somewhere else in the base and have access to these things. Now, we also probably want to be a little bit careful over time about things, and we want to add crafting. But for now, I feel pretty good about this overall. It is definitely a good setup for us, and I'm pretty happy to not have this huge mess of things to look through. So, and, I mean, Thaumcraft's great, right? Speaking of that, we should probably think about what the next steps are in Thaumcraft. I think, actually, I do have one thing I want to do, and it involves this. Let's see, how much power do we have? Well, we're actually pretty much hurting on Perdido. Let me go ahead and make sure I got everything I need. We can clear this out. Let's go over and pull this. I'm just going to go refill my wand really fast, because Lucy is not used to being an op. It's okay, though. It takes a little bit of getting used to. Because we're going to go over here and refill on Perdido. I'll be right back once my wand is recharged, and we're going to work on some other stuff.